Hey everyone, this is Songwan, the author of Korean Grammar for Speaking. So today we want to study something really important. Every unit in this book is so important. You never want to miss one thing because you are going to use every pieces here in every real life daily basis. All right, so past tense, which is did in English. In English, to English learners, this is quite difficult because there are so many irregulars like go, went, drink and drank, and see, so, something like this. There are so many irregulars, right? But compared to that, Korean is a lot easier because things are formatted, and of course we have irregulars, but not like English. It's not that a lot. So we don't have to memorize a lot. So before we begin, I want to talk about this here. They work the same way as I do, which is in Unit 11, right? So if you already know how to conjugate in present tense, then this is going to be so easy. And from today, after this class, you're going to be able to write diary. So everything in the past, I got up at 7 in the morning and I went to the bathroom and I took a shower and I brushed my teeth and then those kind of things, it's all in the past, right? So you can start writing your diary. So that's going to be your homework every day. Okay, let's get started. No 받침 words like 자다. So 자, there is no final consonant, right? So you just want to attach double S at the bottom and add oyo. So it sounds like 잣 oyo, right? But also if you remember, I explained this double S at the bottom, it goes into the circle o, right? Because the circle has no sound, always. So it sounds like 잤어요, right? 잤어요. So you said, I slept. Okay, how about this word? 사다, to buy. And same rule, we never need 다 when we conjugate. So double S at the bottom and add 어요. So 사다, 샀어요. Same pronunciation because the double S goes into the circle, always. Okay, 사다, 샀어요. And next one, 비싸다. Oh, this time it's an adjective. So, sorry about that. Even when we use adjectives, what this grammar did, which was in English, they were expensive or it was expensive, right? It's different in English, but in Korean, they're the same. So 비싸다, take out 다 and add double S and 어요. So 비쌌어요. Correct. So any adjectives or verbs you see, like if there is no bottom letter, and please just add double S at the bottom and oil. Then they are past tense. It's done. It's easy, right? So, okay. And from that, we can start building. We can start making your own sentences. Remember, like we always need for time. Like time that doesn't mean like only 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. It also means Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or January, February, March, or mm, like noon, morning, night. Always this time related words. We need 에. So 12시, which is 12 o'clock. So at 12 o'clock, 12시에 잤어요. So now you can tell me what time you went to bed last night. What time did you go to bed? Ellie. Destiny 12시에 잤어요. You went to bed at 12. 4시에 잤어요. You went to bed at 4. Nice. Tammy and Ellie, that is a good answer, but we want to make a sentence. We want to practice. So try to make a full sentence. So, for example, Ellie can say 10시에 잤어요. And Tammy 1시에 잤어요. And also, 12시, no, 도시 is like city, so 12시 should be correct. And 1시, Tammy went bed at 1 a.m. So with that, we use 새벽 1시. So this 새벽 means dawn, but it's more common to use in Korean, like after 12 a.m. It's all 새벽. So 새벽 1시, 2시, 3시, 4시, 5시. And usually we count 6 a.m. as morning. Some people do like 5 a.m. as morning as well. Alright, that's all without bottom letters. So, 가다, to go. If you want to say to went, you can say I went. 가다, 갔어요. Right. So Destiny, 새벽 4시에 잤어요. Oh my god. Me too. Last night, 저는 어제 새벽 3시에 잤어요. Oh, now you know what time I went to bed last night and why I look like this. Alright. So is there anyone who wants to practice conjugation with me and come up to the stage? Please let me know. Alright, next one. It's 없어요. See this? 없어요. Right. Very similar, right? If you remember Unit 11, we did 요, 어요, 해요, which was present tense, right? So here as well, there is 요, right? And there is 어요. There are there. So we can just use these past tense like the present tense in Unit 11. Okay. 없어요. Memorize. 없어요. Do it 3 times. 없어요. 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 Alright. Whenever you see a bottom lettered words, you want to get rid of 다 and add 없어요. So it becomes it was or I something ed. Okay. 맛있다. That's the infinitive word. Take out 다 and add 없어요. So, 맛있었어요. Right. You can now say that to a person in a restaurant after dinner or something. Oh, it was good. Thank you for the nice food. Okay. Next one. 없다. Oh, sorry. 재미있다. To be fun. 재미있다. Same role. It has a bottom letter. Double S at the bottom, right? So you see that bottom letter, and take out 다 and add 없어요. Right. 재미있었어요. Cool. And some people say 재밌었어요. Right? Because 재미있, this it letter, this it character, sometimes it's removed, like when we pronounce. So, 재미있었어요, 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 재미있었어요. Like that. If you understand, if you remember what we studied when we studied 이 있다, right? I said 이 is removed in speaking usually. Okay, next one. 울다, cry. So now we have a verb. So verb, adjective, doesn't matter. I wanted to say that, but there was no enough space. Good, Destiny. 울다, take out 다 and add 없어요. So 울었어요, right? But same rule, same sound. L goes to the circle O because the circle O doesn't have any sound. So you want to say 울었어요. 울었어요. I cried. All right, here's a question. How about this word? 웃다. Left. I left. Make it past tense. 웃었어요. Perfect. Okay. So just two things, right? Double S어요 and 없어요. Perfect, Ellie. And here's the irregular part. Like I said, same as present tense, unit 11. So if you remember words that end with a or o, they are irregulars. The vowel ending with a or o, okay? The last vowel though. Right, you want to add as어요 instead of 없어요 here. See, as어요. Some people ask me why, and I will say, oh, we can make a better pronunciation with that. Okay, let's see. 살다, to live. I lived. 살다, take out 다, always, right? And just add as어요, because this 살 word, it ended with a vowel. 살았어요. And now you can say, I lived in some other countries. Like this example sentence is actually my sentence. So, 저는 호주에서 살았어요. I lived in Australia. And you can tell me where you lived, like in another town. 저는 시카고에서 살았어요. or 데스티니는 어, 캘리포니아에서 살았어요. Okay? Next one, this word get, receive, 받다. As you can see that I made this red highlight in the word. 받다, because I is there. So we want to, and also there is, what is it? 받침, the bottom letter, right? So we want to use 왔어요. Okay, 받았어요. And if you want to pronounce better, 받았어요. 받았어요. I received it. I got it. What did you receive for the last Christmas? I didn't get anything. So I didn't. We studied 안 못해, right? 안 받았어요. You got a present, Destiny. But me, no, 안 받았어요. And if you want to say anything, 아무것도 안 받았어요. So this 아무것 is like something. 도 is like even. So even something, I didn't get it. That means I didn't get anything. Now you guys can talk about what you guys got from your family. Okay, next word. 놀다. To hang out. For kids, it's play. But I'm saying play, this cannot be used when you play some games. For games, we use 하다. So like 게임하다 or any games. Okay. 놀다. Because there's O vowel, right? So we want to add as어요. 놀랐어요. Right. So, where did you hang out yesterday? I hung out uh, in downtown. downtown에서 놀았어요. I hung out somewhere. You can add anywhere, right? So then you can also practice this in, on, at. All right. Thank you for the hurt, Ravinder. All right, and listen to someone's listening carefully. All right. Is there anyone who wants to come up to the stage and practice this past tense with me? Like Tammy? All right. Next one. This 하다. In present tense, it became 해요. This whole 하다 becomes 해요, right? But in past tense, this whole 하다 becomes 했어요. 했어요. 공부하다. There is 하다, then just switch with 했어요. 공부했어요. That's so easy, right? And work, 일하다. There's 하다, so switch with 했어요. 일했어요. Perfect. 주문하다, order. What did you order? 주문했어요. So even you can make questions like, what did you order? 뭐 주문했어요? Oh, I ordered pizza. 피자를 주문했어요. Okay? Or you order something from online. Oh, I ordered a book from Amazon. 아마존에서 책을 주문했어요. Something like that, right? And I saw this word, 숙제하다. There was someone teaching you. I don't really like somebody teaching you guys because I want you to have my own system, and I see them, they are, teaching something wrong, but I don't want to correct it because I don't want to argue with them. Okay, I don't want to make them embarrassed. But here, 숙제하다. It's not 속죄하다. That is so wrong. Okay, this is a very basic word. Do one's homework. So 숙제하다. Just take out 하다 and add 했어요. So it becomes I did my homework. 숙제했어요. Okay? Alright. And this 하다 words, as you can see, there is no space. That's just the rule. Right? Any 하다 words. Like even Konglish. We have Konglish words using with 하다. Right? So, for example, skydiving 하다. Or scuba diving 하다. Shopping, English, right? shopping 하다. All 하다 words, they have no space. So you should just remember the rule. And I see a lot of people make mistake, and not just foreigners, but also Koreans. I mean, to be honest, me, I didn't know like 15 years ago either. But please just follow me, okay? Alright. 하다, 했어요. Remember that. Okay, here's the irregulars again. So, I don't know why I put this here. Oh my god. I would say these are exceptions. Irregulars, same. Okay, 마시다. Words ending with E. You see this? 마시다, right? There's this E. And it all becomes 여. That's the rule here. Right. So we have a lot of words that end with E. So you have to know this. 마시다, to drink. 마셔요. That's in present tense, right? 마셔요 becomes 마셔요. And past tense, right? Because there is no bottom letter, we want to add double S at the bottom and 어요. So 마셨어요. I drank. Yes. 저는 콜라를 마셨어요. 저는 물을 마셨어요. 저는 요구르트를 마셨어요. And some words like 기다리다. This also, if you see the last character right before 다, there's 리, right? So 리, this E is the ending vowel, so it becomes 여. So 기다렸어요. Oh my god, what's wrong with me? Okay, 기다렸어요. Perfect. And this one, 보다 and 오다. to see and come. You see that? It follows the same rule, right? This O, there is O ending. Okay? So we want to use 왔어요 instead of 없어요, right? Because there is O at the last character. So we want to say 봤어요. I saw it. So what did you do last night until 4 a.m. Destiny? Then you can say, TV를 봤어요. 드라마를 봤어요. 영화를 봤어요. I watched TV, drama, and movies. Okay? And 오다 also, this means come. Okay, here. 오다. And there is also 오, right? That's why we want to use 왔어요 instead of 왔어요. So 오 왔어요, 오 왔어요, 오 왔어요, 왔어요, 오 왔어요. It became like this. So you finally said came, 왔어요. Now you can say when people say, "Oh, where are you from?" Then you can use this from word, which is 에서. So England from I came, or Myanmar from I came. Right. From America I came. So I came from America, right? 미국에서 왔어요. So whenever you introduce yourself, you can use this too. 안녕하세요. 저는 데스티니예요. 저는 미국에서 왔어요. 지금 한국어를 공부하는 중입니다. Something like that. Sounds so fluent, right? So you can do this too. So using present tense sometimes, past tense, and in the middle of, and I am doing it. So these all like circles. Let's imagine their circle, this 요 circle and 예요 circle, 는 중이다 circle, past tense circle. So you should connect them every time you say something you want to say. Okay. And one more thing. It's not done yet. With nouns. We can also use nouns in English. Think about this. I was a cleaner when I was in Australia, right? Well, once upon a time, I was a student, right? And 20 years ago, I was 17, something like this. You can also use I was, or she was, he was, they were, it was, right? Okay, and this time you want to use 였어요. 였어요. I'm really sorry, guys. I caught a cold, and it's not good. Okay, 였어요. What were you guys when you were young? I mean, 10 years ago, for example. You know, we do like some sort of part-time jobs a lot, right? I was really a cleaner when I was in Australia. I had to clean these hotel rooms and these bathrooms and oh my God, I don't want to do it ever again. So 청소하다 is like clean, to clean, right? 청소부 is like 부 is someone you do clean. So 청소부, there is no bottom letter at the last character. 부. There's no 받침, right? So we want to use 였어요. 저는 청소부였어요. And waitress, definitely, that's a A new fact. Nice. waitress. Hmm. We don't really say waitress, but we say waiter. waiter였어요. But waiter, this word is used in particular like restaurants, like real restaurants. Okay. Uh, waiter. But this is only used in like luxury restaurant. Okay. And usually it's like, mm, we just say like I worked in like 땅에서 일했어요. Like this. I worked in a restaurant, but not that restaurant that you guys imagine, like small place. All right, next one, we want to use 이었어요 with a word that has a bottom letter. Okay, so model, yes, model. There is a bottom letter. So we want to use 이었어요. Destiny. 이었어요, not 였어요. So you should say 모델이었어요. Yeah, once I was a model too. I was 20. 저는 20살이었어요. I was 20. 저는 모델이었어요. I was a model. Really though. Yeah, and 군인. Yes. Soldier. 군인. In this last character, there is a bottom letter in, right? There's this N sound. So, 저는 군인이었어요. I was a soldier. I was a Marine. That was like 17 years ago. Okay. So, yes, Ellie, perfect. You can say, I was a student. 학생이었어요. And Destiny was waitress. waitress이었어요. You can use nouns with past tense, and you can think about your past and tell people what you were, who you were in the past. Okay, so this whole past tense is done. It should be really easy if you studied Unit 11 correctly. Okay, so if you don't understand, please go back to Unit 11 and see how it works. And I said there, it's really, really, really important studying Unit 11. That's because a lot of grammar follows this rule, like 요, 어요, 해요. Double S, 어요, 어써요, 했어요. Same rule. And many other grammars too. And really last, oh my god, I almost forgot. So this one, look at this. It ended with 다. 다. Do you notice something? We can add other grammar. Perfect. That's what I'm talking about. So, this is infinitive grammar, right? Double S 다 and 었다, 했다. You can just use it like with this word, for example, 가다, 갔다, and 먹다, 먹었다, 했다, like 공부하다, 공부했다. So when you write a diary, you don't have to use this yo or yo 해요, right? You don't have to respect. I mean, you don't have to use this polite form, right? So whenever you write a diary, you can just say like 나는, like I, informal, impolite, right? 나는 어제 학교에 갔다. I went to school yesterday, right? So you don't have to use this polite way when you write a diary, but if you want to practice this, you can. So, all right, I wanted to say this word, the grammar that ends with just 다, the infinitive grammar, I call it, and we can attach another one in there. So, for example, I went to school and I studied in one sentence. 저는 어제, I yesterday, 학교에 갔다, but instead of 다, we want to use and grammar. 학교에 갔고, 학교에서 공부를 했다. Like that. Okay? Right. 저는 어제 학교에 갔고, it's better to add like a place though. I went to school and I studied at school. 저는 어제 학교에 갔고, 학교에서 공부를 했어요. Perfect. Right. But not many grammar you can add in this. I would say, uh, like some connected grammar, like and, so, but, usually. And is cool, and so is 서어서 해서 we haven't studied this yet. And but, bottom and 대, 은대, and 는대. So these three you can use it like really naturally. Like I went to school, but I was late, or I went to school, so I was happy. Something like that. Right, so not every grammar you can attach here. Like think about this. In English, with this grammar and present tense continuous would not make any sense in English, right? I went to school. Doesn't make sense, right? So you cannot add every grammar. You can add some grammar that would make sense in English. That's what I'm saying here. Okay. 2 thumbs up. I wish you had like 10 thumbs. Alright, so is there anyone who wants to practice conjugating with me? Please come up to the stage. Last 5 minutes, maybe. You have to conjugate it as quick as possible, as I always say. Now you know how to conjugate, and then you should get checked if you're doing it correct. And also, after you know how to conjugate, when you speak, you have to forget about it. So, whenever you hear this sound like 갔어요, 갔어요, this is just correct sound. Some people say like 가했어요. Oh, that's just wrong. You should understand like this. In English, for example, of course, I went to school. I went to school, right? That just sounds correct. But somebody says like, I go'd to school. That's just wrong. You should explain like this. But you have to know why it's went at first. All right, Tam is sick, and I see Jan, Ellie. Who's the target? Oh, I don't see this Canadian guy and this Mian girl last time. Ellie's eating. Nice. What I mean is that, like, in English, for example, past tense is like you have to add ed to make a sentence like past tense. So play, played, study, studied, and some typical words like. Mhm. So knowing adding this ed at the end of the word that makes past tense, you have to know that fact just to practice. And when you practice, you keep attaching I played and I watched and mm, I cooked. So now you can make this like right sounds for past tense, right? And when you actually say, you just say, "Oh, I watched TV." "Oh, I washed my dishes." You just have to know the right sound. It would be so wrong if you just say, "I wash dishes," or "I watch TV," right? It's just you have to know the right sound. Wish you understand what I'm talking about. Alright, so here's the homework for you. Obviously, you have to finish this. Boom. This book is amazing because you can just practice conjugating. Like, 입다. Oh, there's bottom letter. 입었어요. Okay. Number two, 덥다. Oh my God, that's irregular. So, 더웠어요. Obviously, a lot of people will get this wrong. And, there's this answer pages at the back of the book. So then you can check if it's correct or wrong. And if it's wrong, then you can just correct it, right? Then it becomes study, then it becomes yours. So number three, 오다. Oh, there's 오, vowel. So it should be 왔어요. Number four, there's bottom letter. So 읽었어요. Number five, there's also O vowel. So 보았어요. Watched. Number six, 먹다. Oh, there is a bottom letter, so 먹었어요. And number seven, 맛있다, 맛있다, right? So right before the da, there's a double S at the bottom. So use 었어요, 맛있었어요. Number eight, 끝나다. Right before da, there's no bottom letter. So 끝났어요. Number nine, 마시다. Oh, this E ending words. We want to change it to 여. So 마셨어요. Okay? And number 10, 공부하다. 하다 ending word. 공부했어요. Number 11, 샤워하다. 하다 ending word. 샤워했어요. 일어나다. Right before 다, 나, there's no bottom letter. So 일어났어요. So you can keep practicing like this. And there's like this little space here. You can also use this space, re-practice. And just not just conjugating, but also like making new sentences. Like 저는 미국에서 왔어요. I came from America. And Destiny, here's a question for you. Number two, 날씨, which is weather. 너무 is like too much. 날씨가 너무, choose a word and complete the sentence. Should be past tense. 날씨가 너무 추워요. That's the weather is too cold. We want to say the weather was too cold, right? 날씨가 너무 추웠어요. Something like that. You can make your own sentence. No, this is something that I made, so you can practice making sentences, okay? And here too, in this conversation, this dialogue, you can practice. 저는 오늘 아침 7시에 일어났어요. 그리고 커피를 and I drank. right? 커피를 마셨어요. 저는 9시에 학교에 가요. I go to school at 9. 그래서 so 8시에 at 8 o'clock obviously you don't get up, right? But shower. I took a shower at 8. 그리고 and 옷을 obviously you wear them, right? I wore them. 입었어요. Past tense. Okay. So you can practice this some dialogue that's happening in real life. And finally, write what you did yesterday. You can create your own sentences. I met my friend and I went shopping. And also, if you see this book page, all right, Tammy, please open your book, page 164, and tell me what's there. 164 page. Diary, yes. That's diary section I made. So right after you practice conjugating this past tense, you have to start writing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages for diaries, right? So 6 days and write diaries, like 6 days. Then past tense just will be yours. So that's your homework, everyone. Please finish this exercise page. And let me show you what diary looks like. Okay. Please come join to study group so then you write the diary and I can check for you. So it's really important you write something and get checked if it's wrong or correct. So by finding that you wrote there's something wrong, then then you can study from it too. Is there anyone who wants to come up to the stage and practice this past tense with me? All right, then this past tense is done now, and practice a lot, make it yours.